Morning, it's Nancy today. No hat today. Well, I hope you're having a good morning. I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm on my way to the temple in Montreal, 137 kilometers from where I am right now. Well, a few things are going on. I thought that my Daniel was flying into Ottawa today, but it turns out that the airplanes, or the airport in Hamburg is shut down. They're on strike there. I'm not sure if it's the airport or the airlines. I think it might have been the airport. Anyway, so there's hundreds of cancellations of flights and thousands of people that are delayed or trying to find alternate arrangements. It's an interesting situation. Also, near home, it was snowing. It was a sloppy mess. It was raining actually, but there was new snow on the ground. Not much, a couple inches. And when Willem moved his car out of the way this morning, so that I could get my car out, when he did that, he couldn't get up the hill because the road was too slippery, so he had to park down at the bottom. And of course I left my phone in his car, and I would need my phone so I could get in touch with Daniel. So the plan was that I would go with Willem, drop him off, go on to the Montreal temple, come back in time to meet Daniel's flight, which was about 3:45. So that was going to be kind of a iffy stretch. But usually when you get to customs, if he had luggage, I don't know if he had luggage or just a backpack, but if he had luggage, then he would have to wait for the luggage to be unloaded, baggage claim, and go through customs and all that stuff. So I didn't know if I was going to make it in time, but if he was going to be late anyway, which they often are, then I would be in time. Blah, 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 blah. So, it's just opened up here. It's very open, snow on the fields. Anyway, so it was kind of a messy day. I knew that there was going to be a couple of inches of snow and rain, possibility of freezing rain as it changed over, but that was going to be in the night. It would be raining later in the day because it's 2 Celsius, so it's above freezing, 2 degrees above freezing, so whatever that is in Fahrenheit, I have no idea. Anyway, so last night, I never know for sure if I should go to the temple or not, because I just never know for sure. I don't plan until the last second. Like, I still didn't know I was going to go to Montreal until I dropped Willem off at work. It's like, oh, well, I guess I might as well go. I'm here, and but I'm going to be late. I should be there at about 9:30 or 9:45 maximum. Then I can be there in time to be at the 10 o'clock session and the 12 o'clock session, and I can get the full goodness out of the temple. Maybe 9:30 would even be better, maybe 9:15. Anyway, but at about 5 o'clock I lay in bed and I asked the Lord, I said, okay, I've decided I'm going to go to the temple, but I wasn't really sure, and so it's hard to say, yes, I'm going to go, when I'm not really sure if I'm going to go. And so I knew that the weather was maybe not okay, but it was probably not bad. No big snowstorms. And so I prayed, and I forgot I was praying. I don't know if I fell back asleep or I just was thinking about a million things. And so that happened 3 times, and I realized that I hadn't gotten an answer, and then I kept forgetting what I've been praying about, which is an answer. It's a no. And then I thought, oh, well, if it's no, if I'm not supposed to go to the temple, well, I still have to pick up Daniel at 3:45, so I guess I have to go to Ottawa anyway. And I thought, I don't know if there's going to be flight problems or delays or anything like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to just go and find out, because I can't phone him once he's in flight and won't know all these things. So I thought, well, I guess I have to go. But what I really felt like doing what I felt like the bottom line was just to stay home and sleep. Just have a nice sleep at home and forget the whole thing. That was my answer. But I didn't know it was my answer. I just thought that was what I wanted. But I wasn't sure what the Lord wanted. I just couldn't really figure it out. Because I guess I hadn't done enough research. I didn't know all my details yet. So I wasn't getting an answer. But a no answer is sometimes just confusion or forgetting the thing you asked. Anyway, so around 6 o'clock I roused Willem. He said he wasn't ready to get up, and I said, it's not about you, dear. It's about me getting to the temple. So already I was 4 hours out. So I didn't think I was if we left right away at 6 o'clock, maybe I would make it, but doubtful. So I was already too late. And then by the time we got out of the house, it was 6:30, which was pretty good. 6:25, and then we had to turn back and go get the phone because I knew I would need the phone because I had to contact Daniel. So on the route, on the way, the conditions are not good, and I'm thinking I can't drive through this all the way to Montreal and get there on time. And then my legs started to hurt. My whole leg, the whole thing, it's all referred pain. It's referred from my hip, not the hip joint, but my pelvic. Back in the back there, somewhere around the sacroiliac joint. And I remember when I fell out the hammock, or my hammock broke when we were camping. Selene was there, we were camping. My hammock broke, and it was a flat surface underneath. I thought I had cleared out anything that could be in the way. I always clear out everything. But there was this little tiny stone sticking up. Where's that little stone? There, little tiny bit of a stone. Anyway, I landed on my sacroiliac joint and tilted my sacrum, and I must have cracked the edge of the sacrum because it fused somewhat to the other part of the pelvic bone. Anyway, lots of pain now. Comes and goes, all depends. Chiropractor's very good. So here I am finding out the other day that if I'm in the car driving, pushing on the pedal or keeping my foot from pressing on it, the resisting, was hurting my back. Anyway, so we stopped at a gas station. I gave Willem the driving, and I didn't know how I was going to do anything. And I couldn't find any pain pills. But I've been trying not to take pain pills. Anyway, I found them, ibuprofen, so I took some. And then I thought, well, I'll call Daniel. I mean, it's 6 hours ahead in Germany, and the phone number I have for him is a New York number, which he uses on Skype. So if I phone him, I'm phoning his Skype with my telephone. So I phoned him. And turns out that the airplane, the flights are canceled, all that, blah, blah, blah. So he's coming tomorrow, not today at all. So there's like ding, 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 aha. Roads are bad, hip hurts, can't drive for 4 hours there, 4 hours back, can't do the 8 hours of driving with a bad hip. Can barely do 10 minutes when it really hurts. Daniel's not even going to fly in. So the answer was to sleep, to stay at home and sleep, forget the whole mess. Can you believe that? And that was the most unlikely answer. And yet, that must have been the right answer. That's the one I really kind of felt like I'd like to just do. But I, couldn't because I didn't know for sure that Daniel was going to be there. And I guess I could have called at 6 a.m. or even 5 a.m. my time. It would still be noon his time. Anyway, so there you go. That was my answer. So I took pain pills, found out Daniel's not coming in today. And I'm in the car, I'm okay with it. It's on cruise control. I don't have to have my foot hovering over the pedal and resisting. So I can change my position around so I'm not in pain. And I have pain pills. I found them finally. So I'm gonna go. It appears that I won't get there in time. I don't even know what time it is, but I think I'll get there at 10:30. So maybe I can do some other things and then get to the 12 o'clock session. So it won't be as, I like to take full use of the entire time the temple is open. if I'm going to drive all that way, spend all that gas. Anyway, see, I can do this because it's only 2 or 2.5 hours from Ottawa, from Willem's work. 2 hours and 19 minutes, I think, to get there. And I left him at 8, so I won't get there till 10:30. Maybe I can do something else. We'll see. Anyway, so that's my day so far. And as I was, well, I guess I should talk about another video if I'm going to change the subject completely. Anyway, so just goes to show, if I had done my research, which was exactly how long I would need to go to get there in time, so I really should leave at 5 in the morning if I'm going to get there in time. 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have an hour. 5:30 at the latest. If I leave at 5:30 at the latest, I should be able to get there in time. We'll see when we get there, when I get there, what time it actually is, having left at 6. See how long it takes. You see, because you get into the Ottawa rush hour traffic if you like to drop Willem off at work. And the earlier you go, the more traffic there is. If you wait until, you know, if you're going to arrive in Ottawa at 9:30, you're going to miss the rush hour traffic. So it's not so bad. But today you get really rush hour traffic. And the same in Montreal, you get rush hour traffic there somewhat. But I'm going to go around it because the temple is in Longueuil, Quebec. And so it's not even on the island. So you don't have to cross the island of Montreal to get there. You can go around it. They've now extended Highway 30, so you take 417 toward Montreal, and then you can turn off on 30, which has now got 4 new bridges or something across all these rivers. And you go across below Montreal, and then you can take 15 up the other side. And that's where the temple is Longueuil, which is just right across from all of those Expo 67 things. That big round dome, and there's some kind of there's all kinds of expo buildings that are still there, and it's across the river from that. Okay, so there you go. That's my update, and we'll talk to you later. I am making this video on February the 15th, and it's somewhere around 8:30. Ta-ta!